Hi everybody, Andrew Cuneo back again. I'm going to be taking this Samwise Yawgmoth creature combo deck through one of the historic metagame challenges. I made a video about this recently where I was pretty happy with the deck. I did realize through the course of making that video a couple of things could be better. So gone are all the Zulaport Cutthroats. I've got one Prosperous Innkeeper and one Elas il-Kor. Elas il-Kor is kind of the same card as Zulaport Cutthroat, except it's a 2/2. Instead of a 1/1. And I guess it also gains you some life. And it has Death Touch. I mean, it sort of serves a similar role, but it doesn't die to Bowmasters, and it's a better body, just if you want to engage in creature combat. I'm up to 4 copies of Samwise at the expense of 1 Woe Strider. So I've still got 7 sack outlets that allow the Samwise A-Cauldron Familiar loop to work. Also, I've learned a little bit more about how Yawgmoth works. I didn't realize that it was optional to target a creature when I made my last video. And I also didn't realize that you could prevent yourself from drawing cards by just targeting the creature you were sacking until the last game of the last video, which matters against Sheoldred some of the time. Because I added a few more white cards to my deck, I've got another Mana Confluence at the expense of a Nurturing Peatland. And I do have, I mean, this is a very slight source of white mana. You get 1 treasure, 1-shot white mana, not bad. Sideboard-wise, a lot of the same stuff. I really don't need the Zulaport Cutthroat, but I don't know what I want it to be instead yet. Maybe I'll just have another Soul Guide Lantern. So one of the things I realized through the course of playing this, that in terms of graveyard hate, the first Scavenging Ooze makes a lot of sense because of Chord of Calling, but you don't really want them to all be Scavenging Oozes because it's not really a very efficient form of graveyard hate. That's why I've got these Soul Guide Lanterns now. I like the Freebooters. I like having 4 Fatal Pushes in the 75. I have 1 copy of Go for the Throat. This is mostly to kill Sheoldred in matchups where I really care about that. So far, I can't say these Lorans have been particularly useful, but it still seems like a card worth having in the sideboard. Elven Chorus has actually been pretty good for me. And then I've still got the 1 Drana and Linvala, which I'm planning to board in the mirror, but I also have had the experience that it's really good if people are playing Kethis combo against you, which I got to lock a couple of Kethis combo people out of the game with it. I mean, I guess they usually have, like, some ways to get it off the board, but it's not easy for them, and their whole deck doesn't function when it's in play. So, definitely a good card in that matchup. All right, let's get to the actual games. So, I'm a Cauldron Familiar short of winning. So, my good draws are Cauldron Familiar, Chord, also Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth's always a good draw if you just have a bunch of creatures in play. Up against the Creativity deck. I don't know if there's any value in getting the Prosperous Innkeeper into play. They probably should have tapped my Delighted Halfling to make this uncounterable. That was pretty bad. It was all a bait. I didn't want them to be able to kill my Woe Strider. I think... I maybe want to have access to Fatal Push on the Crab. What's this land they've played? Prismari Campus. Yuck. I also have Boseiju on the Clue. So I'm actually flush with ways to fizzle Creativity. Am I okay with trading my Innkeeper with a 1/1 shark? I believe I am. And I still have the treasure, so I can still Boseiju the clue if I need to. Obviously, I'm not going to do that unless they're creativitying it. I've got them pretty badly outnumbered, at least. And now we just need to find a Yawgmoth. Well, that's not great for me. I'm not going to sack the young wolf because obviously I want it to come back as a 2/2. I think at this point, I'd rather keep the clue around than keep the Boseiju in my hand. This will give me the option of playing stuff off of Yawgmoth. Fire Prophecy. No, thank you. All right, so this is obviously a Thoughtseize matchup. Is it a Freebooter matchup? I don't like cards like Freebooter. If people have Brotherhood's End in their deck, creates a lot of awkward scenarios. I do like Loran. I'd probably like Go for the Throat. Certainly over Fatal Push. They could be creativity for things that Go for the Throat doesn't do anything against, or, well, does a minimal, like World Spine Worm. It's not going to be great. But if they're getting, what's that angel that gives them protection from a type, they might choose protection from creatures a lot of the time. Having an out to that would be nice. I don't think I need the Innkeeper. Elven Chorus would probably be okay. I wonder if it's better than Chord here. Let's try it over Chord. Chord against people that have counters and kill your creatures is usually pretty hard to have it work out very well for you. This is obviously not a great hand, but I have a good 2-drop, and I have 2 Nurturing Peatlands that'll get cycled away eventually. I don't know if Go for the Throat's going to be a good card or not. It's probably not going to be an awful card. I think they might have Make Disappear in their hand. What do you guys think? I'm really thinking they might have it in their hand. Maybe not. Maybe they only had Seek New Knowledge. think I'm not going to flash in this Bowmaster. If I block with only this and I play the Bowmaster and it gets countered, it goes terribly for me. I think I can just double block, accept the trade, play a Bowmaster at the end of the turn. The other option would be to play the Bowmasters before blocking. I think I like doing this though because it kind of baits them into playing something. At everything. So that didn't work out great. I don't know that there was a way that was actually going to work out great for me. Oh. Actually, it didn't work out that bad. I wasted 100 damage. Please don't just creativity for 2. I think that's what's happening to me, though. Creativity for 1 and put that angel in play and name creatures. No, I'm dead. Oh, it's a different way to kill me. Okay. Dead anyway, but... This seems worse than the World Spineworm combo, because if I actually had to go for the throat, I could... Well, I couldn't beat it when they started that life total, but I could beat it if they were at less than 14, or less than 15, I guess. You know, Thoughtseize them on turn 2. Get a little bit of damage in from this young wolf. Or not. Two make disappears. That's a lot of make disappearing. Oh, Loran Bowmasters. What a combo. What a combo. I have the tech. Pay. So I need to draw an untapped land. Still looking for an untapped land. Wow, the fact that their combo does not work very well against Bowmasters seems bad to me. Please don't have Brotherhood's End. I guess it wouldn't be that bad. I would have 2 older, younger wolves. Whoa, they mixed it up on me. They got a different combo this time. Maybe I was supposed to wait to play Go for the Throat. Is this even good, though? None of the guys have haste. I think I left Elas il-Kor in my deck. So if I draw a Chord before I draw Elas il-Kor, I win. Also before I run out of life. I do only have 2 chords in my deck, though. That's not ideal. Also, I've started roping, which that does actually happen with this deck where you sometimes can't combo fast enough. I haven't been going super fast because I was trying to think about what the best thing to do was. I think they probably can't win now. I mean, certainly they can't win if I combo them before I run out of time. But I think that even if they get to untap, I'll combo kill them at instant speed, and I'll be able to respond to whatever they do by just combo killing them again. Enough creatures in play. run out of the deck, am I? Nope. Also, even the rope went away. I'm not sure I understand how the rope is working. Maybe putting Elas il-Kor into play reset the rope, or maybe I just started going faster? I don't know. Eventually, they are going to bring the rope back, and I only have one clock saved up. Maybe I should have shot Overgrown Tomb into play. So likely to do it anyway. I guess no, I'm not going to do it. But I'm assuming this is a blue-white control deck, given that they just played an irrigated farmland. So I don't want to get this countered. Maybe I messed up not just flashing in the Bowmasters after the Lightning Helix. Missed 1 point of damage, but I don't know, maybe they would have made a different play. Bowmasters had already been in play. Maybe it's better for me this way. These don't have Supreme Verdict. It seems like they have the Wandering Emperor. No, I was wrong. We may be entering the I have too many lands part of this game. I draw a Chord or a Yawgmoth. This is still winnable. Of course, the way they play, they're representing. They have Archmage's Charm. Which isn't great for me. Oh, it's a fairy. I'll beat that easily.
Right on schedule. You know what?
I might not actually beat the fairy easily. I may have lied when I said that. Are the freebooters actually good? Probably gonna have sweepers. I took Bolas's Citadel out of my sideboard. I think it would have been a good card in this matchup. They obviously have something that they're going to do to my Samwise Gamgee here. But I have a second Samwise Gamgee in my hand, so I'm just going to find out what it is. Oh, okay. They didn't do it to Samwise Gamgee. Ow. 3 life for Thoughtseize. Still a good deal, though. This is too many Samwise Gamgees. They don't have access to Archmage's Charm. They could have changed the equation. If I wait a turn, though, they can just have Snapcaster change the equation. My hand is so bad that I'm just hoping this resolves. Please just kill Samwise Gamgee. Okay. Can you fragment enchantments? Or is this just in play until they... You can fragment enchantments. And they can also Teferi it, but obviously if they fragment this, I get a potentially good creature. So far, this hasn't been il-Kor's strongest showing. Ooh, that was nice. I think they could easily have a Snapcaster Mage in their hand, given the way they've played. Because they shocked at a spot where it would have made sense to shock if you had Teferi, and probably like Teferi and Snapcaster were the two things that makes it make sense for them to put their 5th land into play untapped, and then they didn't play Teferi. They just shocked again. I guess this is just going to trade with a Snapcaster Mage. Actually, it's not, because I have Yawgmoth in play. Alright, problems resolved. Maybe. Snapcaster Lightning Helix on Scavenging Ooze? I don't think that's gonna... Ooh, Snapcaster Fragment Reality. Might do something. On the Yawgmoth, I guess. Come on, give me something good. Oh, this il-Kor, not bad. Reasonably happy with how that worked out. I don't think I care enough about Snapcaster Mage, so I'm putting Soul Guide Lantern in my deck. Please don't kill my Delighted Halfling. Right, this cannot be countered by Change the Equation. Can be countered by Make Disappear. Can be Lightning Helix. Just Us Strike. Wow. Forgot this card existed. On Archmage's Charm, draw 2 cards. This feels like they're setting up for Teferi, maybe? I don't think I want to trade the Bowmasters with Snapcaster Mage here. Do you want to change the equation of my Yawgmoth into something else? What of my A-Cauldron Familiar? Okay. That's a pretty good card against me. I have ways to kill it in my deck early. It's also, well, I guess it's a little bit hard to have it hit Chord of Calling, but it is good against Chord of Calling if you get to have it hit that.
Show me what you can do.
What does this thing even do?
Let's do this one-on-one.
It sort of shuts down an Orcish Bowmasters. Guess I'll attack it anyway, but not sure that that's doing all that much for them.
Well done.
Come on, don't have Electrolyze. Yeah, that's fine.
Let's do this.
That is not fine.
I won't hide. Let's skip to the
I need to drop Chord of Calling or Yawgmoth off the top of my deck. Maybe another Bowmasters would have been okay. So I definitely want to do this for enough that it can't be changed the equation. They have Archmage's Charm. I think I just never win. I'm going to tap all of my creatures to convoke. I don't think any of them are likely to attack. Well, if this resolves, I'm not going to be able to attack for enough to kill either of these planeswalkers. Ooh, it's resolved. That is a good sign. So if I draw into a Samwise Gamgee, I'm threatening to be able to kill them. This seems like it's probably going to get countered, but I don't think that there's a reason to hold it. Oh, they're just dead. Spellqueller not that good. I think they're just dead. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. I just need to save the Yawgmoth that's going to come back when I sack it. So that I get the Samwise trigger. This hand gets really good if I draw a land or two in my first 3 cards. I have I have a A-Cauldron Familiar Yawgmoth Sam combo. I also have Yawgmoth Hapatra. If I didn't have the Delighted Halfling, I would obviously mulligan, but this is sort of like just having a 2-land hand on the draw with these cards. Although it has the upside that if I actually draw a land for turn 2, I'm going to have the ability to play Sam plus another creature. Land is this? Why would you have this in your deck? Is it possible they're trying to play with rogues? Even if you were doing that, why would you play with this card? Is there some kind of a deck? Oh, are they playing like a Goblin Charbelcher deck, maybe? That would incentivize you to not play with any real lands. How many cards do they have? They have a 60-card deck. Ooh. Those are not the lands I was looking for. Yeah, they're definitely playing some sort of Charbelcher combo, right? Actually, I'd Dryad Arbor if I had some il-Kor for something here. Maze Mind Tome, okay. So I'm going to chord for a Delighted Halfling. Bolas' Citadel. Okay. I'm not understanding what my opponent's attempting to do even here. If this Sarah Seer was on Arena, they would be dead right now. It is not on Arena, sadly. Palaka Predation. So they're going to take a Yawgmoth. I also have the ability to Samwise back a Yawgmoth with the 3 food ability. Oh, I see. This is... They're like all about the Bolas' Citadel with this deck. And they can't really fizzle because they don't have lands in their deck. They can just run out of life. But with all these Weather the Storms, that seems unlikely. Wonder how they're going to kill me. Got him back down to 33. Of course, I'm sure they have 2 more Weather the Storms in their deck, and as soon as they find one of those, they're just going to play their whole deck. Tendrils of Agony. All right. That would be how they were going to kill me. Makes sense. So this is obviously a deck where we want Thoughtseizes, Freebooters, Lorans. That only affects creatures, so we don't need that. Definitely don't want Fatal Push. Do I need Hapatra in this matchup? Bowmasters probably isn't actually very good. And the question is, do I want Elven Chorus? Maybe over the first or the second Cauldron Familiar. I wonder what their deck does if they don't have Bolas' Citadel. Definitely don't want that getting taken out of my hand by Palaka Predation. Come on, no languish. Okay. I accept. So their deck should have at least like one real land in it, right? I guess no, it shouldn't have one real land in it. Well, yeah, you could still, you could brick your Bolas of Citadel if you had one real land, I guess. I don't know why I'm playing that right now, but I am. Come on, one of Cauldron Familiar, not my one of Cauldron Familiar. So I think Boseiju probably just blows up a permanent and they don't get a land. Which I'm probably going to blow up the Maze Mind Tome. Oh, I could have killed them. I think I could still kill them. They do have a swamp in their deck. It'll take a few times through this loop. My opponent doesn't concede. This could take a little while. I think they're playing for their misclick equity. If I needed to, I could be executing this loop in a way where I wasn't drawing cards. If I was having the sack ability target the Cauldron Familiar as opposed to not choosing to use a target, then I wouldn't be drawing a card. I think here it's fine to draw cards. I don't really see why I would choose not to. I still have a land drop to make as well, which, again, if nothing changes, I'm going to kill them this turn, but I could run out of time on the clock. I guess they could also just be playing to try to clock me in game 3. It's impressive how many lands I've found. I think that the only card I would find that would be at all relevant is Thoughtseize. And again, that only matters if I run out of time on my turn and they get another turn. Which I don't think is likely to happen. Is this more fun or less fun than Tainted Pact combo kills? I think it's more clicks, and it's definitely a lot more moving the mouse around. So it's probably less fun. Nice if there was a hotkey for like auto stack all of my triggers for the rest of the turn. I think if you're trying to play seriously, having the like auto stack triggers on check that's in the options is just ridiculous. I know that I could go and change it once I start doing this, but then I'd have to remember to change it back, which seems like a hassle. Be nice if there was a way you could indicate for just like a short amount of time that I don't really care about how my triggers get stacked, so that it would at least cut out this window where I've got a choice between the cat trigger and the Sam trigger. And there we go. The rope has arrived. I'm going to be able to get the last 3 points before I run out, because I do have one clock banked. The only time I've ever actually not been able to do the whole combo in one turn is when my opponent had a Sheoldred in play, and I had to be really careful with how I did things. It took a while. All right. Victory, finally. I think I'll stick with how I sideboarded. Pretty good hand. Although their deck does have a lot of discard in it. That's what I've learned about their deck so far, is they're a discard machine deck. Kind of expecting them just to take a Chord. They took the Innkeeper. Interesting. Preemptive Scry. On the bottom. So what are my options? I could chord for Sam. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just not do anything. I can either chord for Sam. I could Boseiju the Maze My Tome, and they do have a basic swamp in play, so it's likely they don't even get another land. Because I could see playing one basic land in this deck. I can't see playing more than one. But getting rid of the Maze My Tome isn't even really that exciting. Being able to get rid of a Bolas of Citadel is way more exciting. Again with the preemptive scry. I think if it's preemptive scry to the top, I might have actually Boseiju'd them. Getting Sam doesn't get me super close to comboing because I still need, well, now they're just dead. I was going to say I still need to draw a Yawgmoth for it. Cat, but I drew a Yawgmoth. So they're dead. Guess I'll draw cards for a while again, just for the hell of it. Even if I don't have enough time to kill them on my turn, I can just kill them in their upkeep. And this time I have a setup where, because I have a food to spare and I have a Yawgmoth that I can also sack to get a food at instant speed, they can't actually break up this combo even with a removal spell. They would need, I don't even know what they could have to actually break up that combo if I start doing it in their upkeep. On the draw, I think I keep these. That's unfortunate. This is one of those things that where, like, they're probably going to take my Delighted Halfling and it's going to make my hand pretty non-functional, but if I Thoughtseize and I keep a 6-card in hand, 6-card hand, is it really going to be that much more resilient to Thoughtseize? No, is the answer. Maybe I didn't even take the Halfling. We took the Bowmaster, which probably means that they're, I would guess, a one-ring deck. Yeah. Or, but they also might just have Crucius. Or they wanted me to just play something they could kill with their Bone Crusher Giant. All things that make some amount of sense. Alright, this hand, I feel it was a reasonable keep, but it does not come together very well. I should have just attacked. Oh, please kill my Cauldron Familiar. I thought for a while about whether to put this on black or green. And I went with black because I wanted to be sure to have double black if I get to 4 lands. But I'm regretting my decision, so I'm going to go to 10. I think I might still barely be able to win. If I draw like a Razorverge Thicket into an untapped land, It's nice that they're doing this with the turn. It just took the turn off for me. Alright, now I can't win. I want to go for the throat just because it can kill Crucius and Shieldred without help. And I obviously want Elven Chorus. Wouldn't be that bad to just have another Fatal Push on my deck, but I think I like everything else more. How many times am I going to get Thoughtseized? Please don't kill my Delighted Halfling. I'm looking forward to playing Yawgmoth next turn. No luck. At least I'm guaranteed to play Yawgmoth the turn after. I'm relying pretty heavily on this Yawgmoth at this point. Fatal Push, it's not great for me. Shieldred's not great for me. Oh, the One Ring. One Ring is like, of the ways I could spend 4 mana on their turn, this is probably one of the least threatening. On something I can cast. I'm going to kill that now because it means I can't trigger Fatal Push for free. It's obviously not ideal to have the Samwise in my hand, but I think it's still fine. I don't really want them being able to attack and get a treasure as well. Like if it went to the beginning of combat and they still had that goblin in play, I was going to kill it, so I might as well do it on my turn. And they don't have Revolt enabled, and they also can't flash in an Orcish Bowmaster in response. Yuck. Is everything just dead? No. Just getting Thoughtseize a ton. Well, that's an acceptable top card to have. I think I would rather have my Woe Strider untapped. Arena just had another idea. Why would it do that? Planning to go for the Throat of Sheoldred here. Or not. Need some creatures on top. Auspicious Beginning. Let's not tap my white mana though. How many times will I be Thoughtseize this game? They appear to not have Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Do they have Fatal Push? No. Bone Crusher Giant. Surely they have a Bone Crusher Giant. I could send my Orc army into their Goblin, but the fact that I'm probably going to play Elven Chorus next turn means I want to just preserve my creatures in play. Want to trade with their Goblin. I think I don't even care. I probably don't have Thoughtseize. So they would have played it on turn 1 or turn 2. Well, I guess it would have put it on turn 1. And Licensed Hearse does almost nothing against my deck. It's so easy to combo through it. I'll be very impressed if they don't die next turn. Unlicensed Search is effective against the Young Wolf. Alright, they get to take my Sam. Not bad for them. Didn't take my Sam. Do they really think that the... Oh, okay. They're just taking everything. Still think they're very likely to die, though. Goodbye, goat token. That's for a good cause. It's a lot of lands in a row. Are they going to unlicensed Hearse my wolf? Yeah, that seems reasonable. And as predicted, they're dead. I'm going to keep one of these hands yet again. So far, I think they haven't really worked out this video, but I continue to think it's the right decision. This one's maybe a little bit worse than some of the other ones I've kept. Still bricked on the land. So Bull Scary Mage, I think, makes it really hard for them to kill Young Wolf, right? With targeted removal. Bricked again. It's just all bricks. They're down to 3 cards in hand. Please not have Mentor's Guidance or Expressive Iteration. Yeah. Go for a black land next turn. Still thinking I could go for a black land. Oh no! Needed them to not have a spell that turn. Much less a really good one. I'm courting for Gilded Goose. That was a weird attack. If they actually draw nothing this turn, I just win. Yeah. That's the ball game. Chord for Sam. Untap, play Woe Strider. Chord for A-Cauldron Familiar. Who needs to ever draw black mana? In this matchup, I don't really love Cauldron Familiar. I do really love Fatal Push. I think I probably want to go for the Throat as well. Could I board that in over? Maybe just Woe Strider. This one I will mulligan. I don't even have a Delighted Halfling. Now I do. It isn't that popular, but a lot of the blue-red wizards decks do play Flame of Anor, which Flame of Anor is actually pretty good against this deck because it gives them a way to kill Yawgmoth that they don't usually have. Not gonna give up my second black mana just to Fatal Push the Balmor. Alright, now I will. You force me to. Wait. This didn't even do anything. I'm just an idiot. It's not going to fizzle the Reckless Rage. I should have reread Reckless Rage. Yeah, that wasn't great. And I guess I prevented damage and I got rid of their only creature, so maybe it's good, but probably wasn't worth doing. So this is with hands like this is a cost of playing 3 colors. I would certainly have a Forest and a Boseiju in a 2-color build, but this green-white land would almost definitely be a green-black land if I wasn't trying to play Samwise as well. Being overrun by Soulscar mages. About to wanna turn me into oblivion. Ooh, it's a Yawgmoth. A natural predator for the Soulscar mage. Why was that worth doing? Like, if they play another removal spell on it, it just comes back because it removes the counter from it. I think I'm courting for a Gilded Goose again. Gross. Did not enjoy. Yikes. Sam is pretty nice to have with Gilded Goose. Because it gives you the food back. Hopefully they don't have a removal spell. They do have a removal spell, spoiler. Bottom. Ugh. Am I dead yet? It's not looking good. good card against my deck? It doesn't seem like it. It's not out of the red-blue deck. It's because it doesn't counter Yawgmoth. That probably kills me. Well, that doesn't kill me. They're just gonna have nothing again? No. That's not nothing. No tax. I've usually beaten this red-blue deck, but the games don't feel very good, I'll say. Just gonna kill this so that they don't have a wizard in play, in case they have Mentor's Guidance. Alright, they don't have Island Symmetry Sage, so that's good. Hey, we even bricked the Mentor's Guidance. Well, half bricked it. Still no creature. That's not a great draw. Ugh. Should I do nothing, or should I throw my Delighted Halfling at the Yawgmoth? I was drawing something. I kind of want to draw something. I'm playing to change the equation here. I can't imagine that's a card they have a ton of copies of in their deck, though. Could be wrong. Otawara. Okay. So I can draw as many cards as I want, but I think I don't want to pay a ton of life on cards. And the Yawgmoth I'm going to be able to keep Yawgmoth in play for the rest of the game, so I'm just going to preserve my life total. This is a good hand. This is the kind of hand I deserve. And my opponent's playing a Gates deck. This seems like a ridiculously bad deck, but maybe it's not. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm kind of suspecting it's going to be quite bad against my deck. But we'll find out. They can have Gates Ablaze in their deck. Do all of these things count as gates? No. They usually have Primeval Titans in their deck, which is kind of cool. So they're dead next turn to a Chord for... Sam. If they sweep the board with Gates Ablaze, I'm going to keep my Yawgmoth around. Draw a bunch of cards. Sadly, they're pretty terrible cards that I just drew. I was thinking I would go Bowmaster Chord for Sam, but that's actually not that good. They're not that close to killing me. I think I'm just going to go Bowmaster on tap. I'm going to Chord for another Yawgmoth. And then if I find a way to get a Sam, it kills them. He's a pretty annoying sweeper. Just gonna draw a bunch of cards. I think I'm gonna lose now. What, 5 cards for Chord of Calling? Why do they have so many forests in their deck? control 10 or gates with 10 or more different names. We've got 1, 2. I lost count. Do they kill me this turn? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus spell potential, or another one from their hand, so they're reasonably likely to kill me. I think I die now, if I've done the math correctly. Farewell was brutal. Goodbye, useless fatal pushes. Hello, useful Thoughtseizes and freebooters. Bowmasters is also pretty bad. Some good old-fashioned Hapatra beatdowns. Hoping for no Gates Ablaze, or at least no untapped land this turn. And I'm going to have an untapped land, and it's going to be good. So I'm going to play Elven Chorus this turn. And then I'm going to Thoughtseize my opponent. And play Rejuvenator. Let's see if they get access to double white. Whiff. No, but they didn't get double white. They still don't have double white. Probably don't have many untapped white sources in their deck. think I want to commit more stuff to the board this turn. It's pretty likely that I just kill them on my next turn if they don't Wrath. This should kill them, right? I guess I can run out of life. Just need to find a... What's it called? A-Cauldron Familiar. Or that. Well, this is going to be a very long video, I'm anticipating, because I think I'm going to win this match. And then there's going to be one more match, because I think this hand is going to be great against their deck. And they mulled. I like it when people mull again. Wrath next turn. Rude. This is 4 mana total to activate, yeah. Do you want to wrath away my Delighted Halfling? I did not. They're going to be able to play Farewell next turn now, though. Want an untapped land. have enough gates that this thing works, right? Does this count as a gate? One, two, three. So it's 3 mana to get 3 right now. Take Wrath and gamble that they don't draw a gate. They have a gate in their hand. That wasn't a very good gamble. They're still probably dead, though. Maybe not. Wait, what are they doing? I think they can live. You can't, opponent. All right, they conceded. Nice. Well, I hope if you've made it this far, you're enjoying this video. If you're not enjoying this video and you've watched however many hours this has been, I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, if you are enjoying it, leave a comment, subscribe. This has actually been a really fun run. I think I've played against a pretty diverse selection of decks, and they've all been pretty competitive, I think. I'm pretty sure I've lost a match in, lost a game in every match as well. This is probably some sort of mirror, judging by the Delighted Halfling. Maybe not. There are other decks that Delighted Halfling could go in, but I think Deathcap Glade is giving it away that this is in fact a mirror. Definitely want to kill this before they have access to mana to play either Fatal Push or Orcish Bowmasters. I think I'm just going to sack the Delighted Halfling rather than the Woe Strider, get 3 damage. It's not really clear what I'm doing with my mana next turn. I could still come back from this. My hand's pretty bad. It's even worse now. Not showing any signs of improvement there. Do want to pitch the Woe Strider just to get a card? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Okay. Man, if they didn't have a play that turn, I could see why they would concede. So mirror match. Don't think I want Prosperous Innkeeper. I think I just want another Fatal Push. Fatal Push is generally able to kill Yawgmoth pretty easily. I do want this Thran and Linvala. Maybe over the cat. I kind of hate having cat in my deck when I know they have Bowmasters. Like, the first one's worth a lot just to be able to tutor for it a combo, but just as a card you're going to draw and cast, it's kind of awful. I'll take it. Whoa, what in the world? Karn, go get something and my Karn dies. Or, okay, they plussed. If I play the Bowmasters, ping the Karn. Can also deal 4 to the Karn. Putting it to 2, that doesn't do anything really. Just gonna make sure that I have access to Fatal Push. Maybe they're, no, they have to be playing Yawgmoth deck, right? They have Zulaport Cutthroat in their deck.
Stand down.
Maybe they just decided that the sideboard wasn't very good in their deck, so they didn't want to bother with it. Stone of Urek. Okay. Does something at least. Don't want to Fatal Push it now? Or wait till I can flash in a Bowmaster. I think I'm going to do it in my upkeep. Guess I should just wait to see what I draw, though. It's an Elas il-Kor. That I can't cast because this land comes into play tapped. I guess I'm fizzling the draw anyway. So this was a whole bunch of nothing that I just did. Yeah, I should have done that on the end of their turn. That was just stupid. I don't have any way to get the Stone of Urek out of play, but it's not going to matter. I think I maybe should have attacked first. Takenuma. I do not have Takenuma in my deck because I'm playing 3 colors, but if I was playing 2 colors, I would play with it. Okay. I think they're dead. I didn't count, but it really seems like they got to be dead. no, they're not quite dead, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, they're... Does Elas il-Kor trigger when it sacks? Does it trigger on itself dying? No. I can only deal 5 damage to them. Putting them to 1. That would have been good, though. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed watching. I think that this is a really good deck in Historic, for sure. Obviously, I played a lot of competitive matchups, but this deck does have a lot of play to it. And as we saw, it can win from, pretty crazy spots. Does powerful things. Plays mostly good cards. Some kind of not so hot ones, but mostly good cards. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.